Party spokesperson and, of course, the All Progressives Congress spokesperson, that is in person of Keyamo and Daniel Bwala, actually said that, wow, can you imagine? They're begging. People are coming there. They're asking. People are asking for money. Apparently, it seems like the crowd was bought. So, in other words, they are saying that for their own presidential candidates, they're not begging anybody to come and collect money. People came out en masse to show their support because it's genuine love, genuine care, genuine support. But however, it seems like Labour Party supporters were bought. Some of them actually came out to, show their support because they were promised that they would, get money. So this trended actually on social media, and this is basically the reaction of the People's Democratic Party and the All Progressives Congress. In fact, the statement, what's his name? Festus Keyamo made was actually quite derogatory concerning the particular scenario on Thursday. He said that there was a man heard saying, how much are they giving us here? How much are they going to give us for us to focus on this thing and do what we're supposed to do? So apparently it seems that the supporters were fighting one another for the money that they're going to share right there in Abia State when they were doing the governorship campaign support for Alex Oti. That one is something I feel is hot, is something that we should I want to hear from you what you think concerning that crowd there. Is it true that Labour Party supporters are not genuine supporters? There were some promises, there were some incitement for them to come out and show their support when supporters were fighting each other saying, hey, where's my own money? This is my own amount. This is my own money, and all of that. So this elicited the reaction of the PDP and the APC. This is the campaign season, so you're going to be seeing more of this. You're going to be hearing more of this. Another scenario today is concerning Nnamdi Kanu. So I'm going to read it out for you to hear what exactly the scenario is. And of course, I need your reaction after the barrister gives us a little bit detail on why we are having such proceedings ongoing. So Justice Binta Inyako has fixed Monday, which is in the next 3 days, for Nnamdi Kanu's team of lawyers and the federal government prosecution team to address the court based on the ongoing case between the leader of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra and the federal government. This is coming after the federal government filed an amended 7 counts of terrorism against the detained leader of IPOB. The amended charge was entered before the Federal High Court in Abuja and contained all earlier sustained allegations against the IPOB leader. So as a result of the amended charges, it is to be argued whether the federal government would proceed to re-arraign the IPOB leader on the amended charges despite the October 13 judgment. You recall what the October 13 judgment is, right? Okay. Now, the Court of Appeal had discharged Kanu of all the allegations as well as appeals on the subject matter still pending before the Supreme Court. That was the October 13 judgment. However, in new amended charges alleged that Kanu had issued a deadly threat via a broadcast, heard and received across the country that anyone who disobeys his sit-at-home order in the southeastern states should write his or her will. It also contended that the resulting effect of the broadcast had caused banks, schools, markets, shopping malls, fuel stations in the eastern states of the country to shut down their businesses and operations, which affected citizens and leading to grounding of vehicular movements. Now, the federal government further alleged that the IPOB leader had between 2018 and 2021 made inciting broadcasts received and heard in Nigeria, instigating the public to hunt and kill Nigerian security personnel and their family members, thereby committing an offense punishable under Section 1, Subsection 2 of the Terrorism Prevention Amendment Act 2013. These are the new charges filed against Nnamdi Kanu by the federal government. This is one of the reasons why, despite the earlier court order for him to be released and sent back to Kenya, well, he's still in the DSS custody, and this is the new charges. Of course, on Monday, these charges will be heard. I have Barrister Fred Nzako via the telephone, who will give us a little bit of detail. What exactly does this mean? Is this how the process is supposed to go? Is this what it entails when it comes to a judicial system? Why was the earlier court order not obeyed first before this new charges or these new allegations by the federal government came on the table? Barrister, good evening. Good evening, sir. How are you? Okay, I don't think we can really hear you, Barrister. Can you hear us? Hello, Barrister. Okay, let me check. Let me use another mode to do this. Hello, Barrister. Can you hear us now?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now perfectly. Go ahead, sir.
Great. Oh, great. Good evening, and good evening to our dear listeners.
Good evening.
Yes. It is a worrisome development when you look at the issues surrounding the matter between Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of IPOB, and the federal government that has stayed for a very long time. At many instances, the federal government would bring amended charges and continue to amend the charges. And what it means in law, once you amend a charge, in which case another plea will be taken by the accused, by the defendant. And then what it means is that technically you want to start the matter fresh. That's not the fact. Hello? Hello?
I can hear you, barrister.
Yeah, there are voices at the background.
Oh, no, go ahead, sir. Continue, sir. I can hear you.
All right. So what it now means is that when you bring a fresh charge against a defendant, the defendant now takes a fresh plea and the matter starts afresh. And the federal government has adopted this legal technicality to continue to keep Nnamdi Kanu in detention unlawfully. I use the word advisedly because it is wrong to keep a man in detention while fetching for evidence to nail him. You can only detain a man and bring him to court when you have thoroughly concluded your investigation. This will be about the 7th or the 8th time the federal government is amending its charges against Nnamdi Kanu. So what does that tell you? It simply tells you that the federal government is flagrantly abusing the fundamental rights of a Nigerian citizen. And that means flagrantly abusing and disparaging the provisions of Nigerian Constitution 1999 as amended. In this particular instance, as you said in your prologue, the Court of Appeal has discharged Nnamdi Kanu of all charges. And gave an order that he be released immediately. The federal government did not release Nnamdi Kanu. Instead, the federal government said that he had other cases against him. As at then, the cases were not known to the courts. Rather, what the federal government did was to continue to detain him and go to the Supreme Court. Meanwhile, indicated intention to go on appeal at the Supreme Court, it was expected that they should at least obey the order of the Court of Appeal. When ASU lost its case at the National Industrial Court, they went to appeal. And the appeal court gave an order that they should first obey the order of National Industrial Court and that they should resume work in the various universities. ASU obeyed the Court of Appeal and resumed work. Federal government rejoiced. The same federal government is one disobeying the lawful court order given by the Court of Appeal in the matter of Nnamdi Kanu. Instead, they had detained Nnamdi Kanu against the provisions of the law, against the pronouncements of the court, and against all known fundamental rights as enshrined in the Constitution, in the African Charter, and United Nations Charter. It is inhuman to continue to detain him while searching for evidence to nail him. By the time they bring one evidence and the evidence falls flat in the face of the law, they fetch for another evidence. The only thing at the back of the mind of the federal government is to detain Nnamdi Kanu. And I can tell you that it is fundamentally wrong. Very, very wrong. Now, the Justice Binta Moditala has said, if you people are bringing fresh charges against him, come and address the court. Because a man should not suffer double jeopardy. There is a provision in our laws, that in our constitution, that you cannot try a man on the same matter more than once. And that is why when they try him for A, B, C, D, and they fail, they will begin to fetch for E, F, G, H, and they fail. They will look for until they exhaust all the letters of the alphabet, all in a bid to say hold Nnamdi Kanu in captivity for reasons only best known to the federal government that has refused to obey lawful orders of court. And it's a very dangerous precedent because government is a creation of the law. Government is a creation of the Constitution. And the same Constitution that governs the activities of the executive is the Constitution that governs the activities of the judiciary and the legislature and governs the activities of the private citizen in their day-to-day interaction as citizens. So it is expected that nobody, no government, no institution should be above the law. That is how sane society operates. And that is what makes the difference between individual human society and the animals in the thick forest, not the ones in the ranches, the ones in the thick forest where might is right, where nobody, there is no law, there is no decorum, everything goes. With the so-called Banana Republic, at least is a republic. Nigeria tends to be worse than Banana Republic. And the only thing that will save a country and ensure its continued corporate sovereign existence is the obedience and respect for the rule of law. And that is what the federal government does not seem to understand. It may be Nnamdi Kanu today, it may be another person tomorrow. And all well-meaning people must rise up in unison to condemn the activities of the federal government in respect of the handling of Nnamdi Kanu's case. They cannot be a complainant and be the judge in their own case. They cannot be the prosecutor and be the judge in their own case. They brought Nnamdi Kanu to court and the court said, let him go, and they refuse. Who is government and who are the people? The government is a creation and a representative of the people, and especially in a democratic setting where it has been described as government of the people, for the people, and by the people. The very few who are opportune to represent the rest of the people in government should not abuse their privileged position which they hold in trust. Government should be called out to do what is right.
Thank you very much, Barrister. That was quite deep. You'll still be on the line, though, because, like I said, this is Hot Topic right here in the Evening Rush. My name is Esther Wachiku, sitting in for Precious A. However, there is also another scenario that actually occurred in Abia State yesterday, where apparently the supporters of the Labour Party were seen fighting over money. So the All Progressives Congress and the People's Democratic Party spokesperson have said, wow, is this a well talked about, Labour Party presidential candidate where it seems like everyone is showing genuine support for, everyone loves, and look at people fighting to collect money. So does it mean that they buy their crowds? Meanwhile, whenever their presidential candidate gets to go on the field or gets to go on any location as well, wherever it is they're going for their campaigning, you see people coming out en masse to show support, and they're not fighting for money, they're not sharing money, nothing of that sort is ongoing. What's your reaction to that, Barrister, before we open the phone lines?
Esther, it beats my imagination, and it is a painful reality that Nigerian politicians are not campaigning on real issues. If you watch the political space, even the political media space, all you'll be seeing are unnecessary attacks, verbal and otherwise, that really do not address the core issues. Nigeria is at a crossroad. Nigeria is failing and has variously been described as a failed country. And of course, if you look at the level of suffering in the land, the poverty in the land, you should worry about the future of Nigeria. The political gladiators are expected to begin to address the core issues and not to mount the rostrum and talk debaucherously in manners that do not enhance the progress of the country. How are these problems going to be solved? What policies should be put in place? Concrete policies to bring food to the table of Nigerians, to give youth employment, to provide adequate and affordable healthcare facilities, to provide electricity and energy for people to do their work, to increase the productivity of the people, and to manage the bosoning population that is becoming a burden instead of a blessing. These are the issues that I expect politicians to be talking about. If Nigeria is going to be restructured along the line of true fiscal federalism, how is it going to be done? The fact is that politicians shy away from the real issues because of the fear of any backlash. Oh, if I say this, the people may not vote for me. If I say that, the people may not vote for me. And at the end of the day, you cannot hold them on concrete issues. Are we going to increase the tax burden, or are we going to widen the tax net? How are we going to handle the economy to ensure that our GDP increases? How do we handle our foreign exchange demand and supply? What is our foreign policy? These are core issues that they should campaign with, especially at presidential and governorship level. But you see, our resources, how is it going to be managed? Today, almost 60% of our oil resources are stolen at the crude level. Almost 70% of our raw materials in the north central and the northeast are stolen, and our refineries cannot produce anything. Nigeria imports virtually about 85 to 90% of our petroleum products consumption. How are all these challenges and problems going to be solved in concrete terms? Unfortunately, Esther, our political gladiators are not telling the people the things they should tell them. Instead, they dwell and revel on inanities and irrelevant issues. Who does not know that every political campaign attracts crowd, both rented and unrented? Every political party in Nigeria, they rent crowd. All of them. There is no exception. And what do I mean by renting crowd? People who live what they are doing, especially in this day and age, where there is massive hunger in the land. They will leave what they are doing to come to hear you talk. The idea of renting political crowd at gatherings started some years back. In fact, since the advent of this republic, all political parties have been renting crowd. And how do they do that? They will put buses for them to carry them from the various wards to the center of activities. They will do banner for them and give them. They will clothe them and give them t-shirts and face caps. They will even bring food for them to eat and give them drinks. Are these not incentives? And in some cases, they will give them money for transport to go back home in cases where they will not be able to ferry them back home. These are all things that political parties do. And I can tell you, every political party does that. So nobody should come and begin to tell me, oh, you are mocking this party because somebody was saying, where is the money? They say, where is the money? At every rally, not only one, not only two, every rally. Because those people that you bring, that's when they talk about structure of a political party. You have the party at the ward level, local government level, and the state level. If a rally is going to happen at the federal level, you will bring people down to the ward level, put them in the vehicles, and bring them to the venue of the rally. And they will stay there from morning. Sometimes the rally may take off in the afternoon, and the people would have filled up in the field. What do you think they are doing? Are they fools? Don't they have anything to do? They are there because they have been induced. They have been encouraged to come. And they also look out for something that will come to them at the end of the day. So if anybody begins to tell me, oh, this party rented crowd, and the other party, that because they are not, in that case they are not safe. I want that party that will tell us the answers to the various challenges facing Nigeria.
Thank
and
you.
Not whether the crowd was rented or not.
Thank you so much.
I think it is pedestrian.
Thank you so much, Barrister. Thank you for that. That was quite deep. The barrister is still online, but it is time for us to hear from you what it is, what your reaction is concerning the hot topic we're talking about today. The federal government is filing 7 amended charges against Nnamdi Kanu. Remember, he's still being remanded in the custody of DSS. We're also talking about the rally that took place yesterday in Abia State for Alex Oti, the governorship aspirant under the flagship of the Labour Party, where supporters were fighting over money. They were saying, this is my... And then, of course, the reactions have come from opposition political parties saying, oh, wow, is this a genuine love? Is this the crowd that is all about Peter Obi is our own, is our savior, is our redeemer? Wow. And then, of course, you know how Festus Keyamo talks. He was able to do his own talking. The number to call 0700 903 903 903. 0700 903 903 903. And of course, you know, you have to subscribe to YouTube. So whenever any of those programs comes up, you automatically get a notification. So go on the search bar, type Voice of the People 90.3 FM, and definitely you can see us live there. You can virtually be part of the conversation and send your comments. All right, sending your comments, we'll read it out on the program. The number to call 0700 903 903 903. 0700 903 903 903. And you can also send us a WhatsApp message on 0700 903 9039. All right. Hello, good evening. Good evening. Welcome to the program. Please turn out the audio of your radio. Hello. Hello.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Good evening. Welcome to the program.
Good evening. My name is Amy.
Amy, welcome.
Yeah, I'm fine. First, I would like to say something about the 7 country charge on Nnamdi Kanu.
All right.
I'm not saying it just because I'm from the East, Neighbor man.
Okay.
I want to say it without fear or favor. First, the federal government is biased. Why I say the federal government is biased is this. Nnamdi Kanu is agitating for freedom of maybe our people as a labor man.
Mm-hmm.
Then, what I expected the federal government to do is first, put it down for negotiation, ask them the problem. We're not talking about the killer henchmen here who kidnap people on daily basis, and the federal government actually. Hello?
I can hear you, sir. Go ahead. Yes, I can hear you.
We are not talking about the killer henchmen here that kidnap people on a daily basis, kill people on a daily basis. 3 years, the federal government negotiates with Gumi, and Gumi is roaming the streets, interacting with these people, and government are not doing anything about it. Rather, spending hard-earned money on those people. Is it not biased? Are we in the same country? Let's look at this thing. Let's look at it from that angle. A man that is just agitating for freedom. It is civil rights. And we're in democracy, for crying out loud. When you go outside this country, look at the Catalonians. They are still agitating. Who did they arrest? Who did they jail? Now, the court have granted him bail. They went to appeal court. He was granted bail. Not even to release him. You can even release and re-arrest. 3 years the government hold him down. That shows that we don't have a government. Now there are some people who have been caught in this country. Now, so those guys who are these people? One way or the other, when you are working for somebody, you are getting from the person. That means Gumi is part of this. But 3 years the government keep me from that. When eventually when the capture.
Hello. Hello.
Tell me.
Hello. Okay. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
When the government when the government arrest any at the end of the day, you hear they are forgiving, they are putting into Nigerian army. Who are they pulling in this? It's high time people. What they say. We are being marginalized and everything. Coming to be.
Wow, that connection is poor. Please, the connection is poor. We can't really hear you well, but you can call back 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 903 903. And you can also send us a WhatsApp message on 0700 903 9039. Hello, good evening.
Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Welcome to the Evening Rush program.
Yeah, Sonny from Lieutenant Sonny.
All right, Sonny, go ahead.
Yeah. I had your man in the studio. Well, all the analysis they have made.
That's Barrister Fred Nzako. That's his name.
What?
His name is Barrister Fred Nzako.
Okay, Fred Nzako.
Yes,
thank you.
yes.
He is very articulate in his analysis.
Thank you.
Well, for Labour Party sharing money or whatever, that is all the party shares money. As the man had said, all the parties share money. Nobody is accepted. But really, some members of your party may not have money. They may not have money. They come from different local governments. So you can get them something to transport themselves. So that is not any. It's not bad thing to give them money to go back to their various local governments. That may be. It may happen. It's not that they're inducing anybody for anything. But other parties may be saying, they have endorsed this. Is it not the Labour Party that said they're not giving shishi? Yes. Somebody cannot trek from that campaign grant. So if he doesn't, his local government, if he doesn't have money, if he doesn't have money to go back, you have to give him something to go back. So that's what they are saying about giving money. That one is not what you should be talking about. Let them come clean. Let their presidential candidate come clean, because we know everything about him. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for calling on the program. 0700 903 903 903. 0700 903 903 903. That is the number to call. You can also send us a WhatsApp message on 0700 903 9039. 0700 903 9039. And of course, like I said, we're streaming live on YouTube. You just go on there. And of course, you can send in your comments if you're somewhere where you cannot talk. On the Evening Rush today, what other hot topics we're looking at? Fresh charges have been filed against Nnamdi Kanu, and of course they are quite huge. It's quite a number. Meanwhile, the Labour Party at Alex Ote's campaign rally yesterday, apparently the presidential spokesperson for the PDP and the APC have come out to say, wow, sure, see these Labour Party people that are always like, he's our person, this is what we know him for. He's the savior, the redeemer, and all of that. Keyamo actually said, who is the current Minister of State for Labor and Employment? And he said, we know they give shishi, fighting over shishi. You can fool some of the people all of the time, and all of the people some of the time, but you cannot fool all of the people all of the time. He quoted Abraham Lincoln. Wow. Then Melayo also weighed in by posting videos of the incident on his Twitter handle. He said, Obi's Labour Party lying, no shishi, but see what they are doing in Abia Rally, deception and liars. That was basically what he tweeted about. These are the two topics we're trying to look at today on Hot Topic. So you can call in 0700 903 903 903, and also you can send in your WhatsApp messages on 0700 903 9039. Hello, good evening. Hello. All right, do call back. I think we're having network issues this evening. 0700 903 903 903. 0700 903 903 903. And of course, on YouTube, you can send in your comments. We're streaming live. We'll definitely read it out here on the program. Hello, good evening. Hello. Wow, okay. You can send your WhatsApp messages if you're trying to call and the calls aren't coming in. I think the calls just come in and then goes off. A bit of network problem there, but you can call, you can try to call back or continue to send your messages on YouTube as well as on WhatsApp. Barrister, so apparently with this current scenario that we can see, based on the hot topic this evening, what would you say for Nnamdi Kanu's case? How do you think that his team will be able to handle this scenario?
Well, the team of Nnamdi Kanu, the council, his team will simply remind the court about the numerous and continued flagrant abuse of the provisions of the Constitution and of the rights of their clients by federal government. And urge the court not to listen to whatever the prosecution team will say, because the tribunal team has been known to continue to shift the goalposts in the middle of the game. And it is a technicality that is prestigious manipulated against the defendant. And then the court should listen to the defense team and do what is right at the moment.
Wow. Well, thank you, Barrister. 0700 903 903 903. This is Hot Topic on the Evening Rush. 0700 903 903 903. And you can also send your WhatsApp message on here as well. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Please turn down your the audio of your radio.
I've done that already.
All right, okay. Go
All
ahead.
right. My name is Amy again. I announced you are not hearing me when I called earlier.
I wasn't hearing you.
All right. Like I said earlier, first, the government is being biased to my own understanding. Why I said so is this: Nigeria government should respect. They should respect the order of the court. You cannot try that in the Western world. Now, who are we fooling? Nnamdi Kanu has been granted bail for long. Still yet, they went to the Court of Appeal. He won. What I expected the government to do is to release him. Maybe if they have any other charges, they will arrest him. That's normal. But now, with the clear henchmen are roaming about the streets, picking people every day, killing every day. Still yet, Nigeria government is negotiating with Gumi to settle them and to release people. Where in the world are government negotiating with bandits or terrorists? Where? Now, in this country, we do things upside down. I don't know, maybe because we are from the eastern part of the country, there are people who are being favored and so that's the question. Now the government is just agitating. What I said is to call him, sat him down and said, "What do you want?" Now let's hear from him. Then we know how to do it. It's normal. In Spain today, the Catalonians are agitating for freedom. See, they're still working, and nobody's been detained for anything. And listen, we're in democracy.
All right, thank you.
I'm able to just give air to what you're saying.
All right,
I'm not saying it because of all these things. Okay, I'm not going to give 1 more minute. Now, sometimes ago, some members of Boko Haram were arrested. At the end of the day, they were put into the Nigerian army. Say that they are forgiven. Who are fooling who? These are people who are killing people in thousands.
All right.
Please, the government should just give it to what you're saying, and it's not fair.
All right, thank you. Thank you for calling. All right, we'll take a short break. We'll take a very short break. And of course, the evening rush continues.
Papa, mama, brother, sister, this Lagos must work for all of us. Everybody does it.
Oh, yes, Lagos people. Papa, mama, sister, brother, auntie, plus including uncle them. Better don't land for Lagos State gidigba. Money will be for Lagos State, then go use them for Lagos State. Wella, no more Baba Sope. They no go chop Lagos State money. Nobody go pocket Lagos State. Then go take and build Lagos State, build road, build hospital, build houses, and now only one man fit do this job. His name na Abdulaziz Olajide Adediran Jando. He can't carry one obonge person as a deputy governor. Her name na Funke Akindele. My people, what do we wait for? Make we vote for light, vote for change. No be the kind change where they vote before. This one na the original change. How Amumu don't do? Pay the pay.
Everybody does it.
The Evening Rush with Pressures. Let me bring you a reminder of hot topical conversations of the day.
Even state investors. As what you're saying, you've not funded those as well.
Critical analysis of hot and trending topics on Hot Topics.
That's enough for a responsible government to take appropriate action.
Politics.
If every president, every governor, every minister, every commissioner took his job seriously, this country would not be where it is.
Economy.
We're not growing in terms of what's happening with the economy.
lifestyle. Human angle. And sometimes the unusual. Evening Rush with Precious. Monday to Friday, 6:15 p.m. to 9 p.m. 90.3 Voice of the People FM, Lagos. Now
You have a voice.
Good evening. You're still on the Evening Rush. We decided to take a quick break right on there. And of course, the conversation we're having this evening is concerning, the fresh charges filed against Nnamdi Kanu. You all have been calling and telling us exactly what, concerning the situation on ground this evening. However, we will take a few of your calls and then wrap up this particular segment of the Evening Rush. Okay? So 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 903 903. That is the number for you to call. You can also send us a WhatsApp message on 0700 903 9039. So what are the hot topics this evening? First off, fresh charges have been filed against Nnamdi Kanu. This time around, they're going to be sitting on it on Monday. And on Thursday, the Labour Party presidential spokesperson for the APC and the PDP were like, wow, is this the people that said they love their presidential candidate? They are showing support for him. They like him. They can do anything for him. Well, they are sharing money. They are fighting for money. And of course, you heard what the barrister said, that the campaign ought to be issue-based. It ought to address the issues we're currently facing. How do we tackle insecurity? How do we focus on inflation? How do we work with the situation with hunger? How do we try to create infrastructure, employment, and make sure that we have a cognizant society that runs smoothly, where Nigerians can be happy to be Nigerians? All right, that's basically what the campaign should be all about, and not about the whole back and forth, malignment, and all of that stuff. So 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 903 903, and we're streaming live on YouTube as well, so you can send in your comments right on there and we'll read it out on the program. Especially if you are somewhere where you cannot be part of the conversation this evening, either by calling, you can actually send a message on 0700 903 9039. Hello, good evening.
Yes, my name is Prince Francis Chimaka.
Welcome to the program.
Thank you. I think we need to say things the way they are. The federal government, or this federal government, is in one way or the other encouraging all the ills that is going on in the society with the way that they're handling some issues, especially the issue of Nnamdi Kanu. It's unfortunate that we found ourselves in a system that does not have respect for the rule of law. Mm-hmm. And then if the federal government can break its own, can break the law as contained in the Nigerian Constitution, what hope do the ordinary man have in seeking for justice? This is the height of injustice to anybody. And I think the federal government needs to understand that they should do the right thing. Even if they have other cases or charges against Nnamdi Kanu, obey the courts. Because when the federal government does not obey the courts, you are giving the people the right as well not to obey the courts. And that is what is going to play out. They're setting a very wrong precedent. I hope and pray that wisdom will prevail on them to do the right thing. Coming to Labour Party and the issue of money sharing and all of that, I think it is laughable. It is very childish that the likes of Dino Melare and Festus Keyamo are busy on social media, trying to draw attention to themselves. we have a case with APC presidential candidate regarding the issue of drug or no drug. Nobody's talking about it. Everybody's quiet. It's unfortunate when people tell you that they're activists and get into government coffers and start to enjoy what people in government enjoy. They throw away the of activism. So for me, every political party, we need to understand one thing first. People that came did not come because of Peter Obi. There's a governorship candidate that was today declaring his campaign open. And we all know, let us say it the way it is. We all know that when campaigns are being organized or rallies are being organized by candidates, the candidates themselves are the ones who pay for transportation to move people from the various local governments, from the various wards to the city or wherever the rally is going to hold. It was not the presidential candidate that brought people there. He came to support the governorship candidate of the party in that state. And what has played out is what plays out in all the political parties. So people like Gino Malaye and Festus Keyamo should get themselves busy doing better things than just talking around, making noise all over the social media.
Thank you. 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 903 903. You're currently listening to the Evening Rush, and of course, I'm just sitting in place for Precious. Precious is down. Hopefully, by Monday, she'll be strong and healthy to steer the ship. However, we must have these conversations. We must talk about these topics. We must analyze it, and we will also hear from you on your people's platform. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Good evening. Welcome to the program.
Yeah. Auntie Precious is not around, are we?
No. She's not on Saturday. She's down, but she'll be with you on Monday.
And what I really want to say is this about the video going viral on the social media. See, every politician can do such. I don't like to you.
You didn't tell me your name, though. I don't know your name. Hello? Hello? You don't reach me, call your name. 90 network went off. Okay. 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call. Please, you that did not disclose your name, please call back. It seemed somehow that when I said you should call your name, that your connection went off. 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 903 903. That is the number to call. You can also send your comments on YouTube. We're actually streaming live, and of course we can read it on here. Remember that you can subscribe, so whenever any program comes up, you're able to get a notification immediately and be part of the conversation. And you can download the Voice of the People app on your Google Play Store. Once you download the app, wherever it is you are, anywhere in the world, you can watch us. You can watch all the program. You can send your messages. You can, just join the conversation wherever it is. Keep yourself updated on news, information, politics, lifestyle, entertainment, and of course, hot topic, just like we're talking about right now. 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 903 903. And also you can send a WhatsApp message. We'll read it out here on the program. 0700 903 9039. This person says Labour Party shouldn't join issues with some persons as federal government is coming up with their own agenda. Okay, you did not say what your name is. When you send your WhatsApp message, please write your name for us. Hello, good evening. Wow. Please, when you call in, turn off the audio of your radio completely. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening. My name is Tony Kai.
Tony Kai, welcome to the program. Hello, Tony.
On the issue of viral, about people be giving money. What people be said is not that it doesn't spend anyhow. There's no political party that doesn't spend money. Moreover, that money is not coming from P2B, it's coming from the governorship apparent of Labour Party. I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
I get what you're saying. Continue.
So he gathered people to support him, and most of them far and near. They need to eat. They need to have, transport to wherever they are coming from. So I don't think anybody should use it as a strategy of criticizing PTOB. There are so more important issues to talk about, not about rally of politics or people doing their rally. That is the way it should be.
All right, thank you for calling. 0700 903 903 903. That is the number to call. 0700 903 903 903. And you can also send your WhatsApp message on 0700 903 9039. All right. So again, I'm going to read this WhatsApp message. I did not complete it before the last call came in. Labour Party shouldn't join issues with some persons. The federal government knows what they are doing, but they should just continue to strive. The amended charges, why don't they make it 100? Rather than 5. Wow. Okay. Interesting. Hello. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. Welcome to the program.
Shola calling from Okota.
Shola from Okota. Shola, please go ahead.
Yes, about Peter Obi not giving shishi. What he meant is that he's not giving anybody. He has not given anybody money or bribe. Just like what happened between him and Padam Baka, that the rumor was flying there, saying Padam Baka asked him for money and he said, no, it's a project for me to do and I will finance it and build the project for you. So I don't know why news are flying around as if he's being stingy or something. It's not like that.
Okay, wait, hold on. Are you saying, are you trying to interpret what Keyamo said or what Dino Malaya said? Are you helping them to explain?
Not really. But I believe what they mean is like maybe he has not done anything as in giving anybody money.
Okay, let me explain to you so maybe you understand properly. Keyamo, who is the current Minister of Labour and Employment, in a tweet said, we know they give shishi. Fighting over shishi. You can fool some of the people all of the time, and all of the people some of the time, but you cannot fool all of the people all of the time. He made a quote by Abraham Lincoln. If you can understand that quote, you will know what he's talking about. While for Dino Melaye, this is what he said. He said, Obi's Labour Party lying, no shishi, but see what they are doing in Abia Rally, deception and liars. So I feel that response is already directly emphasizing what it is. It's actually interpreting what it's intends to interpret. It's saying that people, they are fighting over money. Meanwhile, they are claiming that it is genuine support, genuine love, and all of that. Meanwhile, that's not the case. Meanwhile, they're lying or they're fighting over stuff. So meaning that they're not being as genuine as they claim to be, supporting their presidential candidates. Meanwhile, it is he came to show support for the governorship candidate there. So are you helping Melaye and Dino and what's his name and Keyamo to explain what they wrote there?
I think I'll go with let me call you back.
Okay, thank you for calling. All right, we'll take one more final call and then wrap up on this particular segment of the Evening Rush. 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 903 903. Barrister, please, before we wrap up, what do you have to say? Hello?
Hello.
Barrister, I said before we wrap up the program this evening, what do you have to say?
Well, in wrapping up the show, I want to first urge the federal government to respect the rule of law and obey court order so that the citizens themselves would follow the same pattern of obedience to lawful authorities. On the second side of it, I want to encourage politicians to play by the rules and ensure that issues take up the space and not mundane, mudslinging, mundane verbal attacks and inanity. Let us look at the core issues and provide workable, realistic solutions to the various problems that have bedeviled Nigeria's development. That way, our 2023 election will be meaningful, and that way we will expect progress after the elections.
Thank you very much, Barrister, for helping us to diverse the hot topic this evening on the Evening Rush. As usual, I appreciate your intellectual inputs.
Many thanks, sir.
All right. Hello, good evening. You're the final call on this program today. Hello? Hello. Good evening. I am fine. How are you?
I'm very fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I just, your program is really very interesting. You're doing a great job.
Thank you very much.
Well done. Okay.
You didn't tell me your name.
It's
Your
really
name.
very, very important.
Your name.
I'm
Your name.
Mr. Joseph.
Okay. All right.
I'm Mr. Joseph. I'm calling from Lekki.
All right, Mr. Joseph. Go ahead.
Okay. So, concerning the Kiamo and Dino Minaye, in the recent, what I think that they appreciate the person of Obi.
Okay.
Clearly, because, for in just the period of 4 or 3 months, somebody can revolutionize the kind of politics that we are playing out in Nigeria today. It has never happened like that before. So, any small mistake that you see that comes out from maybe people in your Labour Party to try to build on it. There's nothing new in giving money at government. There's nothing new. So they try to build on it because they could not just imagine how someone that was part of them be able to just cause a change that will become something like a white house. And it shows that Nigeria has the ability to become what it's supposed to be. Because everybody is noticing something now. Are you getting what I'm talking about?
Yes,
so
I'm getting you.
Concerning the tweet of Professor Kiamo, I don't think that is envy. I don't think envious of him because the man has become an authority on his own. He has become an authority, and everybody has to respect that. So when you see them talking about Labour Party as if they are talking about the opposition that has been for more than 20 years or since independence, you know that something great is happening in the country. So I don't want Labour Party people to be looking at, we are bridging our own rules or something. It's just a sign of progress. I think and I believe that at the end of the day, this turnaround scene that Obi or the Labour Party have caused in the political scene of Nigeria will lead to Nigeria to a greater height. It can never be erased from the history of this country. It can never be erased. So that's just my view on that. Concerning Dino and Pastor Kiamo, I believe they are just being envious. They are just being envious of what Labour Party has been. And it's quite obvious because there is nothing sharing money, but they have turned it to a news. So you to know that something big is already happening.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So that's yeah.
Thank you very much. Okay, so that's a wrap on this particular segment of the Evening Rush today. I appreciate your calls and your contribution, and of course I appreciate Barrister Fred Nzako for giving us that particular intellectual input, and of course his profession being a barrister on what it means for the fresh cases, the new fresh cases on Nnamdi Kanu. Of course by Monday we'll definitely hear what the aftermath is, because that is when the court will be in session to address the new charges filed by the federal government against Nnamdi Kanu. My name is Esther Wachuku, and on Monday definitely you'll be sitting hearing from Precious, who will drive this particular ship and steer you towards another hot topic that'll be trending at that time of the day. All right, do have yourself an amazing evening, and if you're on the road, please drive carefully. All right, take care.